All right, we are back in my other shop today. Gonna do a different video. We're gonna do one on Aluma UV resin. You know, is it worth the hype? I think it's a great product. I just thought I'd do a video on it. I'm really still an epoxy guy, but I just like to do different stuff. So what I do is, you can get the Aluma UV in a quart container. And what I do is I transfer it into a littler bottle that I got when I first tried it. I bought a small one just to make sure I was gonna like it. So I put it in a small container. It's just a little easier to work with. So what I do first is, what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna go ahead and show you my setup first. So I have all my forceps, my hangers, the whole 9 yards that you're gonna need. But then I've got a hot plate with water in it. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this little container and I'm just gonna let it sit in there. This is my UV box. It is just an old wooden trash can that I converted into a UV box. I've got two 100-watt lamps and a 35-watt lamp in the bottom of it. And that's how I do it. And I'll let that sit in there for a minute, and I'll give you some tips on the UV that I've kind of learned as I've gone with this. The good thing about it is you can use the same brush over and over. As long as you put it in aluminum foil and cover it up, it's good to go. The other advantage to the UV is if you paint a fishing lure and you're painting in the afternoon and you want to fish it that evening, you can put it in your box 30 minutes to an hour. It's ready to go. So it does have its advantages. I mean, the finish on it is very good. I'm not gonna say that I like it better than epoxy. I think the epoxy is a little bit tougher, but the UV is right there with it. It's a good top coat to use. I really have enjoyed playing with it some, trying something different. I've used epoxy for all these years. I just started doing this in the last couple of months. So let's go ahead and get to it. So what I do is I leave it in that hot water. You don't have to leave it in there but a few minutes. And you can take it out. And I just dry it off. And I'll set it on this side so you can see. So I'll take a pair of forceps and I'll put it at the bottom of the hook hanger. Set it sideways. And I'll undo my brush, take it out of the aluminum foil. And then you're just gonna wanna put a thin coat on it. And you can already see it has a very, very cool shine to it. It is a good product. And I like to fish, so there's some times that I may, my buddy Tom Owens will call me and say, hey, I want this. Can you do me one and bring it with you so when I can fish it this evening or whatever tomorrow, it's pretty much a quick fix. You can paint your lures, use the UV resin, and you're good to fish it. I do the bills. Just get a thin, good coat on it. And just remember when you're doing these baits, get up close to your hook hangers, and anywhere that you have texture, you want to make sure you're just going over it 2 different ways. I go up, then I may come down. I want to make sure I get it really good around my eyes and right here in the front by the nose. I buy these brushes at Dollar Tree. You don't have to have some fancy brush to put this stuff on. You really don't. So what we'll do is we'll put that back in there, cover it back up, make sure the lid is on. And then all I do is I've got these pieces of wire that I found out here in the shop that I just bent up, and then I just go through the nose of it, just being careful I don't touch, and then I just have it like that. And then what I'll do is I'm gonna try to pick the camera up here in just a second. Put my knee on this because my lid wants to pop off. I'm gonna pick the camera up and I'm gonna move it back over, and I'm just gonna hang it. I've got a dowel rod going across the middle, and I just hang it in there, and I will shut it up and come back in about 30 to 40 minutes, and we'll see the finished product and I'll show you. Be back soon. All right, so we're gonna take it out and put it over here on the counter. And as you can see, it has a very, very good finish. Go ahead and take this off. Take it out, let you see it. It really has a great shine. So, you know, is the UV worth the hype? I think it is. I like it. I think it's something worth looking at, especially if you want to turn lures and fish them in the same day. So I hope you liked the video. Hit the like button, subscribe, hit the bell notification so you know when I have upcoming videos. And like I always say, I'll catch you next time. Thanks.